Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Monday night training. And for those of you who got on just a little bit early, thank you for the grace and letting me have some time with my team. We've got some promos going on and some contests and stuff, so wanted to make sure that they knew that. And I'm hoping you guys, all of you guys that are on here, are doing the things that you need to do in order to grow your own team. So I'm so excited about everything. Um, Jan sent me a message this morning and said, "What do you want the title of your training to be?" And we always try to come up with something clever and something, to make people say, "What in the world is that going?" I couldn't think of anything. So, what the title of the training was is exactly what I'm training on, which is embracing change for explosive growth. And the other day, I had, well, usually like every Tuesday, I have all of my grandkids over here, but I FaceTime them every single day. And gosh, one of them, my oldest one's 7, and then I've got a 5-year old, and then I've got the princess, which is 2. So I watch them grow, and it's just like, it just, you think about, so many times I'm just like, gosh, I wish time would just stay still. I wish it just, I wish that time would just slow down, and, I wish they would just stay little, but it, change is necessary for growth. You can't grow without changing. So Garrett's started losing his teeth, and Drayton is like a baseball guru. Like he throws that ball every single day. But the biggest change that I'm noticing is in the princess. And she has gotten to where like every single thing that you say to her, she will repeat the whole thing. Like, and she started out to where she had this lisp, and it was so cute because she couldn't say her T's and stuff. And now she's starting to say it. And the other day I was just like, oh, I want her to say wabbit, or, instead of rabbit, but she's starting to evolve and starting to change and starting to grow. And, it's sad in a way, but in another way, that's the only change is the only way they will grow. They're never going to stay the same and still grow. And, when they're little babies, they depend on us for everything. Like you have to feed them, and you have to, help them walk, and even like holding their heads up, but as they grow over time, it's less and less dependent on you, but they're still learning and they're still evolving. And, you know, when Garrett first started walking, he would be like, just like all over the place. He'd fall down, and, he'd get mad, and he'd, cry out. But, it didn't matter how many times he fell down. We kept standing him back up, just, hey, come on. It was just like that every single time he fell. It wasn't just like, okay, you fell, stay down, sorry, you ain't getting back up. You're not doing that again. No, now he plays basketball, and he plays, baseball, and he runs and he climbs and explores, because he got back up every single time he fell. He had to learn to walk, right? So what if um what if we had resisted that change? What if we had said, nope, I think I think you're just I think you're just going to crawl forever. And we'd said, don't walk, stay down. I don't want to risk the chance of you falling. I don't want to risk the chance of you getting hurt. I don't want to risk the chance of you growing up. Just crawl forever. I mean, come on. Would we have ever done that as moms or grandmas? No. So let's relate that to our singular business, because this it's the same thing if you think about it. So growth is so uncomfortable to begin with. So change feels uncertain, and we might stumble as we figure it out. But, you know, just like my grandkids, if we keep standing people back up and pushing them forward, we're soon going to look back and be able to see how far we've come and how much we've grown and how much we've changed and how much we've evolved. So when you feel uncertain with changes that are happening or have happened or are going to happen, it just may feel shaky at first, and you may be like, oh gosh. But if you embrace it and you look ahead, instead of looking at your Mima, you look ahead at the goals that you've set, you know, you're going to start running towards it, and you'll start running towards that success in ways that you've you'd never imagined. So John Maxwell, and I don't know if you guys have ever had a John Maxwell, if you've ever seen a John Maxwell Bible, but this is my Kevin got it for me for Christmas for a few years ago, and it's called the Maxwell Leadership Bible, and it is absolutely amazing. But one of the things that John Maxwell says is change is inevitable, but growth is optional. Now that's going to, let me read that. Let me tell you that again, because that might hit home, because change is going to happen no matter what. It doesn't matter where you at. It doesn't matter what kind of company you in, but growth is optional. It's going to be what you do with that change is going to depend on your growth or not. So it says change is inevitable, but growth is optional. And there are some major, major shifts happening in Zingular this year. And I, for one, am excited. I know there's people that are nervous about it. There's people that are just overwhelmed with it. I am excited. But if we're all honest, all of us, a lot of change can be overwhelming, right? But again, without change, there is no growth. So if you stay where you are, doing what you've always done, you're going to stay exactly where you always been and keep getting what you always getting. You've got to be able to embrace that change to grow. And this year, gosh, we're seeing more than ever. We've got the X5, which is a whole new way to incentivize customers and partner enrollments with that subscription. And the X5 keeps changing, but embrace that change. Don't get frustrated with it, because each time they change it, the changes are designed to make us better and make our businesses bigger. So it's designed to help with that enrollments on subscription. We've got the subscribe and save, which, praise the Lord, I've been asking for that. We've been wanting that for a long time. It makes reordering easier for all of our customers and partners, and it increases our residual earnings. So we've got that accelerator bonus, and this is an exciting way to incentivize new partners to run fast and break things, right? We've got the promo codes, and that is just like, oh my gosh, that is simplifying promos, how we share and attracting new customers who now they don't have to wait on a sale. They can have a sale anytime you give them a promo code. We've got new marketing and new products. We've got new tools, new messages, fresh opportunities. My Lord, we got Clear. That's a game changer, you guys. They've changed the name of Founders Club from Founders Club to Destination X. There's going to be new dates. There's going to be new destinations. We've gone from 3 conventions a year to 1 major convention a year. That's a major shift. That's a major change in how we connect as a company. And we've got a new president that's bringing fresh leadership. It's just like, there's probably other things that I've forgotten to write down, but with all this that's happening, you have 2 choices, right? You can resist the change and stay in our comfort zone. And all that's going to do is lead to stagnation. It's going to keep you in the same place. Or you can embrace the changes, you can adapt, you can grow, and that's going to lead to new opportunities, new income, and making a bigger impact on the people around you. So today, tonight, we're going to talk about why change is essential for growth and what we need to do as individuals to embrace it, and then how we can turn around and lead our teams through it. So think back when you first, and there's a lot of people on here that have just joined Zingular. So this is going to be very relatable to you. But think back to when you first started, or if you're just starting, you're having to change something, or you had to change something. Whether it's trying a new product, whether it is talking to new people, whether it is going live on your Facebook for the first time, whether it is learning to share your story, stepping out of your comfort zone to build something bigger, to talk to other people, to get on trainings that you have never been on before. When you first started, you had to go through changes and do those things too. And, at first it's going to be uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for me when I first started. I didn't know how to do any of this stuff, and it was all new. And, you wasn't sure if it's going to work, but you still, somebody told you this is what we do. We've got to embrace these changes. So growth only happens when we step into something new. So even for those of you who've been here a while, even if you've fallen way back from where you had been, you're still not starting over, because you're starting from experience. So embrace the changes and keep growing and keep going forward, because you can't look back. you've got to, and what was that saying? There's a saying about looking back, and I can't remember something about the rear. I think Greg said it a couple of weeks ago. Something about there's a reason why the rear view mirror is so much smaller than the windshield, right? You want to see the bigger picture in front of you instead of the small thing behind you. But there's a farmer that had a tree in his orchard, and it never bore fruit. Never had fruit on it. And one day he decided he was going to go up, he was going to just prune this tree, and he cut off the dead branches and he reshaped it and he shook the roots, and oh gosh, that tree looked pitiful, y'all. That tree went from being a big tree with big branches down to almost a stick, nothing. But by the next season, that tree was full of fruit. So Zingula right now is pruning us and reshaping us and cutting off some things and shaking our roots. And some, the things are changing. Sometimes it might feel uncertain, but this is exactly what's going to lead to bigger growth, more success, and more abundance. Y'all know my word is abundance this month. So, let's talk about how embracing that change can grow your business. So, let's talk about new ways to bring in customers and partners. If you will embrace that X5, and instead of signing up 5 customers with 200 points, let being a partner be an exception. Like them not signing up to be a partner be an exception instead of like the norm. So every single one of the 5 people that you sign up to get your X5 bonus, talk to them about getting their own X5. Talk to them about becoming a partner. Talk to them about the extra income. Talk to them about getting their products free. Talk to them about helping somebody else be better, live better, be financially stronger. Talk to them about all the things and then let them decide. Because if you omit that part, and I know there's people that do that, if you omit the part about the business, all you're doing is making a decision for them. So use the X5 and challenge yourself to bring in 5 partners. But I'm going to tell you something, and this is something that Mark had told us. And if you get people on subscription, if you get 10 people on subscription, the next month, the statistics, the average is 7 of them will run that subscription. 3 of them will not. So if you want 5 people to stay on subscription the next month, I would probably sign up 7 to 8 people on subscription. And that way, if you've got a couple that fall off, you've still got 5 in order to get that bonus. So you're going to have to look forward into next month and do the things this month that's going to get you that X5 bonus next month. Unless you are right on top of them with the subscriptions every single day, making sure they go through on the first and there's no ifs, ands, or buts. And I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to get them to run one product on the first, and then we'll worry about the rest of it, because you can set up more than one subscription. I'm trying to get one of them done at the beginning of the month. But you got to make sure that you're looking and calculating those averages into that X5. The promo codes. It causes people to take action. Go back and look at the people who didn't enroll because they were waiting for a sale, or they didn't enroll because they couldn't afford it. Go back and say, look, I've got a promo code that you can use to save $10. You can save $10 first order if you do it now. And that's your code that you can use however you want to grow your business. You can tell them, if you spend $200, I'm going to give you $10 off. And then, of course, the subscribe and save, they get 10% off of each other. Use those together. Use all of it together in order to bring in more customers and more partners. And gosh, that accelerator bonus, I don't think that's talked about enough, because that we've never had a cash bonus for manager or silver manager. And that is it's called accelerator because they've got to get to manager in the first 60 days and silver manager in the first 90 days. But if they do that, not only are they going to most likely get the X5 bonus, most likely have somebody growing with them, but that's an extra $700 bonus in 2 months. So we need to really talk about that and show people what it is, give them the opportunity. Because again, if you omit details, if you omit things that are available, then you're making the decision for them that they don't need it, and you don't even give them a chance to go for it, or give them give them that reason to accelerate and run and do the things that they need to do. So let's go into new leadership and marketing, because I'm so excited about our new president. I think that he's very introverted, and but like he is just, he's really, really got some ingenious ideas. He's got new and fresh. He's got a fresh vision, a fresh direction. And I really think that when he says he's going to do something, I believe that he's going to do it. And then we've got the new marketing director who is giving us, tools and resources. And did y'all see all the graphics for Clear? I thought they were beautiful. And I thought that they were very well, easy to read. And then we've got Chanel. Oh, we've got Chanel, who makes things, she talks about things to make it easy for us to understand and easy for us to learn about the products that we're going to sell. So we've got all these new things like that we can use in order to grow our business. But what do we need to do individually in order to embrace that? Because one thing I know, change starts with me. Change starts with you. And if you resist change, you know what's going to happen to your team? They're going to do exactly what you do. They're going to resist that change. So if we embrace it, guess what? Our team's going to embrace it. So you've got to get a growth mindset. And y'all know I love talking about my mindset, because everything up here is what comes out. So anything between your ears and everything you tell yourself and everything you're listening to is what comes out. So if you're saying, oh gosh, I don't like this, or oh gosh, this is different, oh, I don't know that this is going to work, instead of that, you've just got to switch the script. You've got to say, yes, this is different, but how can I use it to grow? Yes, I'm going to find a way to like it. Let's find the things that we do like. Let's put the positive spin on everything. So don't ever you got to think about your words before you speak them. And if your words are coming out, it's either going to be positive or negative that comes out of your mouth. There's no in between. So think about your words before you say them. If it's anything, if it's going to lift somebody up, you speak it. If it's going to talk good about the business, speak it. If it's going to talk good about the changes, speak it. If it's going to cause, to cause doubt, change it. If it's going to cause indecision, or if it's going to cause confusion, don't say it. You've got to shift the script, shift your mindset, and adopt a growth and a change mindset. Embrace the change. You've got to master the changes. Learn about the things that are different. And it is a lot, but everything is exciting. So pick one a day and learn and master that one. Figure it out. If you don't know, call somebody who has trained on it and say, can you just go over this with me or explain this? And learn the X5, learn about the subscribe and save, learn about the promo code, learn about the accelerator bonus, learn about all the things. And the more confident you are in the changes, the more confident your team's going to be. So you've got to also communicate the vision. Change is uncertain, but it's our job as leaders to cast the vision for our teams. We just did in our Lead Like Jesus. I do a Bible study on Sundays. It's called Lead Like Jesus. And we just talked about the head of a leader. And the head of a leader, the biggest thing about the head of a leader is they have to see a vision. They have to have a vision, and that you have to have goals and a vision in order to lead anything. So when you've got to be able to cast that vision for your team. So if you get excited about it, they're going to get excited about it. If you go and know what you're talking about, and you tell them over and over again, they're going to understand it. They're going to learn it. They're going to be able to use it because of what you do. So change always starts with you on your team, and embracing the change always starts with you. And then you have got to stay plugged in. The most important thing I can tell you is get on these trainings, especially I think every single training that we've had in the last 2 months, month and a half, has been on changes and been on the new product. It's been about giving us education, giving us tools, giving us all this is going to age me, 411, all the info. So those of you that are younger, and I know there's younger people, you used to have to call 411 to get somebody's phone number. It's a long story, but Get the 411. That's the info. So you've got to join all of the things. Listen to Chanel. Do the Learn library in your app over and over again. The people who stay connected are the ones that are going to thrive with this. So individually, you've got to embrace those changes, because whatever you embrace is going to be put out to your team. But a strong leader doesn't just react to change. You've got to lead through it. So one of the ways that you can do that is acknowledge concern, but don't dwell on them. So say, I understand that you're concerned about this. If somebody comes up to you and says, oh, I liked it better before, you can turn around and say, I get that, but let's focus on how this can actually help us grow. Let's look at the good stuff about it, and you got to model the behavior that you want to see. If you get the X5, guess what? You're leading by example. If you use the promo codes, if you're signing people up on subscription, if you're starting chats with the people, with your partners, and if you're doing the things, whatever behavior that you have, that's what your team's going to emulate all the time. Break it down for them. Don't just throw, we have been doing that because it's been so much all at once. We've just kind of been throwing up all these changes, but break it down. Focus, like I was telling you to do, learn one thing at a time. When you learn that, go and share it with your team and just do one thing at a time. Break it down. Show them how to apply it. Show them how to use it. Show them how it will grow their business. If you don't know those things, you go learn it so you can teach it. And then more than anything else, you've got to encourage action. That was what we did this last week, was in our leadership, in our Lead Like Jesus. This week was the hands of a leader. So that's your action. So there was 4 points. It was the heart, it was the habits, the head, and the hands. And the hands encourage action. So you've got to have all 4 of those things to be a good leader. So you've got to encourage action with your team. So challenge them to take one step forward. Challenge them to embrace the changes. Challenge them to step outside. Oops, Kevin's calling. Challenge them to step outside their comfort zone, to do something that they don't always do. So in closing, we got 2 choices. You can either complain about the changes and say stuck, or you can embrace the changes and grow. And I want to challenge you guys to do 3 things starting today. The first one is get clear. No pun intended, but yeah, get clear on what's changing and learn about your X5, learn about the subscribe and save, learn about the new bonuses, use the new tools. Don't start sharing promo codes and promoting all of the new things. You've got to know how to use it, and you've got to use it. And then lead by example. I want you to take everything that you're learning, and I want you to step up as a leader and grow other leaders. Don't grow followers. Teach them how to lead just like you're leading. Teach them how the places to go and find the answers. Show them how to get the app. Show them how to use the app. Show them how to do all the things. And if you don't know how to do it, you need to learn it. Get with your coach, get with somebody who's proficient in it, and go watch the trainings. And if you don't understand it the first time, watch it again. If you don't understand it the second time, go and ask somebody and say, I'm just not getting this part. Because somebody will break it down for you. I know me, Jan, and Christy, we all 3 of us, and Greg, all 4 of us we can break it down for you. And I can promise you, if I don't know the answer, I can go find it. I'll find it for you, because I'm still learning too, and they're still learning too. We're all in this together. So this year is the year of transformation. It's the year of change. And that's the theme of our whole year, is the year of transformation. Transformation means becoming something new. It's embracing that change. And whoever does that is going to be the ones who grow the most. It's going to be the ones who soar and explode, because I don't believe that this year is just the year of transformation. I believe that this year is the year of explosive growth. I believe that the things that are coming and the clear protein, for one, I think it's going to make us a household name. I've got people who have never ordered before calling me just to order this protein. I mean, people who have never asked for any information are coming and asking me for a link to get the clear protein. So I think that's going to be a game changer, and it's going to be the gateway into showing them all of our other products, into our gut products, and into getting them on board to become a healthier person, and getting them on subscription so they become a long-time customer. But you've got to embrace these things, and you've got to learn them, and you've got to become proficient in them so that you know how to do it yourself and how to lead your team to do it. Because every single one of you, I believe in you. I believe in this company. I believe in what we have. I believe in the opportunity. I believe in the vision that it can be anything that you want it to be. And all we have to do is just take it, grab hold of it, and we can make this into the best year that Zingular has ever had. We can make it into the best year that we've ever had. Anything that you can think of, this can take you to it. And so, in the chat, what I want you to know is who is ready to step into the future of growth, of change, and who's ready to embrace that change. Just drop a yes in the chat if you're ready for that. And I asked Tabitha. Tabitha said something yesterday on our training that was, I mean, it just like rocked my world, because I've heard the story so many times, but the way that she explained it, and it's about moving forward. And Tabitha, will you come off and just tell what you said yesterday about Peter being called out of the boat? Because that was just like, that was amazing. And I want to end it with that, and then I don't know.
Well, the coolest thing about the story about Peter in the boat was that he was in the boat with a group of other people. But, and we always use the saying, we're in the same boat. But do we have to be? And Peter dared to ask the master, if it be your will, beckon for me to come. Call me further. Because it says, deep calleth unto deep. If you want to go deeper, get with someone that wants to go deeper too. So when he said that, Christ said, come on. So he got out of the boat and he began to walk on water. So as he was focusing on walking towards Christ, he was able to walk. But the moment he started looking around, and the world is waiting at times to take you under. You can't care who's in the boat or decided to stay in the boat. At any time they could have said, well, hey, call for me too. Nobody else said call for me. They were looking at him. So you know what? The people that are saying you can't do it are the ones not doing it. And they're going to be watching you do it. So ask, say, call for me to come. If you want to go higher, if you want to experience growth, Melissa made the mandate now. If you want to go, tell her, beckon for me to come, and then do all the things, because I know you can.
Yep. And the other thing was when he took his eyes off Christ and he started looking at what everybody else was doing, he looked over here, he was worried about what they were doing. He was worried about what this person was doing, instead of looking ahead to the Lord and getting to the Lord. When he took his eyes off of where he was going, that's when he that's when he went under. So you got to make sure that you looking at what you want. You can't worry about, I can't worry about what Tammy's doing. I can't worry about what Jan and Greg's doing. I got to worry about me and what my mission is and what I'm called to do. I got to keep moving forward with my tunnel vision on and do it in spite of all these things and all this blah, 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 blah. Do it in spite of it. Woo! Okay, Jan, I don't think Christy's on here.
Yeah, hey, Melissa, I love that. Flip the script, and growth requires change. I love it. I love it.
And I want to add too, the thing that really popped out to me is if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So get out of your own way and start asking and start sharing and start getting loud about what we have. And, people are nervous that we have this product. They are nervous because they know that the explosion is coming and we're the group that's going to do it. So stay plugged in and let people know what you have.
That's it. That is it. Anybody got anything else they want to add? We got done early tonight. Anybody else got anything?
Well, I just want to say one more thing. It's so funny because Christy's not here. And when this came to me, I thought about her because we know Christy's our colorful leader. So we appreciate her. But life is going to throw dirt on you periodically. But the one thing I noticed that you can't do, you can never bury a donkey alive. Why? Because if you put him in a hole and you start throwing dirt on him, he's going to shake it off and then pack it down. And as he's doing that, he's going to keep rising because he's not going to go under. And if you think about all the animals that Christ could have rode in on, he rode in on a donkey. And that's because he knew that that thing was stubborn enough to get him there by any means necessary. So I would like to tell you that today, be an ass for the first time in your life. Be an ass. And that just means actually sustain success. So, by any means necessary, in honor of Christy Van Dam, I want to tell you all to be an ass. And ass just simply means actually sustain success. You're going to keep doing the things and keep doing the things to sustain the success that you've gotten and to continue to grow more. So, that's what I want to.
I love it. That is great. That's a great way to, yeah, Christy would have enjoyed that for sure. Thank you, Tabitha. Thanks, Jan and Greg, and every single one of you. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for listening. Thank you for having the passion to come and learn and want to grow your business, because it's just like Jan said, it's going to start with you. We are going to explode this thing, and it's going to be the people who show up is going to do it. It's going to start with every single one of you. And I am going to declare Ephesians 3:20 over every single one of you. God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can think or ask, because we honor him. His blessings are going to chase us down and overtake us. You are in the right place at the right time. And I declare a boldness to rise up in each one of you. God is going to open supernatural doors. People are going to seek us out, and we are going to rise in the ranks because we give the King of Kings the honor and glory for it all. I love you guys so much. Have a great night.